Welcome, all my future homeowners out there. If you're looking to buy new construction here in the Austin area, then you've come to the right place. My name is Omar Pineda, your Austin realtor with eXp Realty, and today we are in the city of Georgetown, Texas, looking at Scott Felder Homes and a brand new community. I just went to the grand opening here called Riverstone. Now, this floor plan we're looking at is 4 beds, 3.5 baths, 1 story, 3-car garage. Hello. And a little over 3,000 square feet. Now, this is a model home, so this is decked out with a lot of home upgrades. And one thing you have to know about model homes, if you've never toured new construction before, is the model's gonna look the best thing that builders has to offer. So unless you have an extra $100,000, maybe $200,000 to spend on all these upgrades, your home will not look like that. So just keep that in mind. But it just shows you what the builder is capable of as far as what they can do. And this model home was, especially by design, chef's kiss. I really love touring this home, especially because it's a 1-story. It's nice to have a 1-story that's really big, over 3,000 square feet. That's not too bad. So one thing about Scott Felder Homes is that they are a big builder here in the Austin area. And right here in front of me, I have their inventory sheet across all their communities that they're building in. And one thing I'll let you know is that I see a lot of red. And a lot of red means price drops. They have price drops all across all their communities. So I'll just read off a few to you. So look at this one, in Kyle, Texas. So that's more South Austin, in the outskirts of the city limits. We're seeing price drops where a home was $602,000, price drop to $485,000. That's for a 4-bed, 3-bath. Now, if we look at, let's see here now, the Colony, that's also in South Austin. That's more Southeast Austin. We're looking at a home that was originally listed at $478,000. Now it's been price dropped to $399,000. This is for a 3-bed, 2-bath home. Now for Santa Rita Ranch, this is more in my area in Liberty Hill, more northwest Austin. We're looking at, let's see here now, a home that was originally listed at $522,000. Now it's at $474,000. That's a 3-bed, 2-bath. So Scott Felder Homes is having price drops all across the board. And but they weren't really advertising their incentives, which was interesting. I'll tell you one thing, their next door neighbor, Georgetown Homes, that builder that's also building this community, they were advertising their incentives, and right now they're offering either a 3-2-1 buy down or 3% to help with costs, either closing costs or helping buy down that interest rate. Now, if that's what their competition's offering, I'm very certain that Scott Felder would either match that or be very close to that. One thing I've noticed with builders who don't advertise their incentives to, like, online or on their marketing materials, is that they first want you to fall in love with one of their floor plans first. Then they're going to help you figure out the financing, because they have no problem matching other builders. They have no problem working with you when it comes to the financing, but they first want you to fall in love with the house. So just because you don't see it online advertised, do not, or if you go in person, you ask directly. That's one of the first things people ask, like, what are your incentives? They're gonna be like, wait, pause, let's go tour some homes first. What do you want in a home? Let's go tour some that meet your criteria, and then we'll talk financing, right? That's kind of like their style. That's their process, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that one bit, because that makes sense to me. But if you're a home shopper and you're just kind of during research mode and you're looking at these incentives, just keep in mind, these incentives, they're good in real time only, because they change so quickly, right? So you really want to, if you're really looking to study up on the incentives, that means you have to be ready to go within the next 30 to 60 days, because literally if you're not ready to close any sooner than that, then you're just going to miss out, because these incentives can go away very quickly, especially as we go into the summer months once we hit peak activity. So really quickly, how it works: if you're a home buyer and you've never bought new construction and you like the home, typically the builder's going to have their own lender, right? So if you pre-qualify and get pre-approved with their lender, that's when you can unlock these incentives. Now, depending on how much you get pre-approved for, and depending on what you want, like if you're a buyer who wants to pay the least amount monthly, or you want to bring almost nothing to the closing table and help pay for closing costs, they can divvy up that money to help you with that. So typically in the past, any incentives that the builders were offering was only meant for the design center. They weren't even giving you money that was slated for helping with the interest rates or paying for closing costs. But now, given the market that we're in, that they see that as a huge pain point for people. So that's why they're helping out and being flexible in that sense with that cash. So if you look, what do I have here? Oh yeah, so buyer incentives, it's case by case basis. Price drops across all communities. I already mentioned that. One thing that's really cool. Oh, I have it here in front of me. HOA, very cheap, $50 a month. And that's because they're not going to have really a huge amenity center, right? All they're going to have really is just, they have a couple of green belts. So they're going to have views and some nice, they're going to have a trail on the south end of their community that kind of hugs the San Gabriel River. So that's pretty cool. I didn't get a chance to access that, but just by looking at the map that's in front of me, it does hug the river. I'm just curious to see how much the river is viewable, because we are kind of, I think, low water point for the river because of the lack of rain this season. So, but you are going to have this open space that's green. That's going to have, I think they said that you can do picnics, you can eat there, you can have barbecues there. So you're going to have that at least, but that shouldn't be a huge deal breaker for you, because where this community is located is so close to downtown Georgetown. It's so close to Round Rock. It's so close to so many things that's in the immediate area that you're going to have plenty to do. Now, a great question I get asked from all my buyers is like, hey, is this a good area to invest in? How far is my money going to go? So I ran some numbers for this zip code, and I went as far back as 2018, so a little bit before the pandemic, and the median price of a home in 2018 was $339,000. Fast forward to 2023, the median price of the home was $510,000. So we're looking at a 15.8 home year after year home appreciation. So your home appreciated 15.8% year over year since 2018. Now, huge disclaimer here. Just because that's what the past is does not mean that's what the future is going to look like. Remember, we went through a pandemic where real estate just kind of skyrocketed up, and we're still trying to find this normal, our normal ground, normal benchmark for the Austin area. But I will tell you this: when I talk to builders and I look at the data, builder confidence is up and it's trending up. When I look at all the money, not just on the commercial but on the residential front, that's being invested here in this county, that's all good, positive signs that we're gonna continue to see forward mobility, upward trends, that this area is going to continue to grow, especially Georgetown. I think last year Georgetown was voted one of the best cities, fastest and best growing cities in America. And if you tour this community and you tour downtown Georgetown, see that community square, you're going to fall in love, because I fell in love almost instantly, because it really gives you that small town vibes, and there's stuff to do, coffee shops, places to eat, places to drink. I really love visiting Georgetown. And not to mention all the trails. You have Lake Georgetown there. There's so many things to do outdoorsy wise. So you would really, if that's your thing, then you would be in a good area to do all that. So what's the next thing you should do? The very next thing you should do is let's schedule a virtual consultation, right? I have my link down in the description. That's usually the quickest and easiest way for us to get some face-to-face time. That way we can just say, you can see me, you can see I'm a real person, and I'm just someone who records videos on YouTube, and then we can talk about where you're at in your journey, right? I meet people that are in all different parts of their journey, and I love to help from any point, right? I want to see where I can be of value, because new construction is definitely an area I specialize in. So I keep up to date with all the communities. I keep up to date with the incentives, and I have built many relationships with all the sales managers throughout the years. And once we figure out your criteria, then we have to figure out, what your budget's like. That way we can tour these communities that make sense. Now, if you're really want to get into a specific community for a specific reason, I know builders are willing to work with you, especially if your budget is not quite there, because with that interest rate, with that flexible cash we could use to help buy down that interest rate, or do something like a 3-2-1 buy down, that's how we're able to give you more purchasing power. And we could talk about that more in depth during our consultation. So I'm going to wrap things up here. Again, my name is Omar Pineda, your realtor here in the Austin area. If you're looking to buy new construction, I'm your guy. And if you like new construction videos, please subscribe to my channel. That's a big part of what I'm doing. when it comes to like the content I'm trying to produce is keeping up with new construction, because in the Austin area at least, that's where you're going to find the best deals, hands down, in part because the builders have their own lender and they have just more flexibility when it comes to that financing. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.